Injury update, so you guys see that Tevin was in concussion protocol, so we'll have to go through that with him, and hopefully he's going to be okay. I'm obviously disappointed in the loss, for the guys in the locker room. Certainly the battle was on. They certainly were battling. And, I told them what my main message was to them after the game was this, is that, hey, you always fix your mind and fix your focus on the fundamentals and details of your position, and that's what wins football games. And that's been our mantra the whole time. And then we also fix our mind on the plays we're going to make, being playmakers. And at the end of the day, the Cleveland Browns made more plays down the end than we did. And our guys made a lot of them out there today, but certainly that's what happened at the very end. And so get back to work tomorrow. That'll be the focus. And, the guys will have their eyes forward. I know it stings, and it's going to sting, and having this loss is always hard. But just to recap the game, obviously we started the game, with a bunch of punts on both sides, and that was the whole first quarter pretty much. And then we, did a pretty good job there. Had a nice interception by Eddie, that set up a good score. Took us, there's a bunch of penalties and a bunch of things that happened down there. Cole jumped off sides, but then he redeemed himself with that touchdown. What a nice catch he had on the side there with Justin scrambling on the 3rd and 6. That was really, really a nice play there. And then, we took it to half there, but, I thought the one touchdown they had, we had some missed stops on defense, and my hat's off to them. Certainly that's to score a touchdown, you got to make some plays, but, we had some opportunities there to make a couple interceptions. I think TJ may have had one of them, and I think maybe one was a really good break by Jalen. Did an awesome job there. We just got to come down with that one. It was in traffic, and then they had a big play on us on a scramble. They got into a max protection, and they got into a scramble deal, and then Tyreek's just got to be on top of that. That's a scramble drill, so they got a big play on that one. So we got to do a good job with that. Then at the end of the half, we got it down, to field goal, right outside of field goal range, and that was going into the wind, and that was just too far of a kick for us to make that attempt there. That's how we end up throwing it to the end zone, and we have to do a good job of, obviously protecting our quarterback on that one. There was a couple steps there with the hit, but again, we'll look at that one and on that. So that was the first half. Coming out the second half, obviously the big return, interception return, really nice by our guy there, Tremaine. Unbelievable, so tipped, focus, concentration, taking up the numbers, really good return right there, an excellent job. Then we end up answering with a field goal there the next drive. I thought that was a really good drive, nice job on that. So we end up going up 10, up in the third quarter, and then we got to really do a good job of, in sudden change. We had the muff punt on the one, and we've been working on that during practice, offense and defense, of a sudden change and momentum. And I thought Tyreek made a heck of a play on that. So you're put in a bad position for your defense there, and he made a heck of a play. And what an interception and really good return to dig it out of there too. So I was excited about that too. Then we go to the fourth quarter, and the fourth quarter to me is all about finishing. We got to finish the right way. We end up giving up a big pass on defense. The one where we held them to a field goal. And again, I got to make a better call. They had a penalty there. I ended up calling a coverage, which I could do a better job with that. Cover 2 would have been a great call there, but again, they got over top of us with the fast receiver, and they got behind us. But my credit off to the guys for doing a great job of holding them there. They did a really good job. Again, that's momentum too, right? How do you handle sudden change there? Did a really nice job with that. And then overall, we just got to do a good job putting drives together, in the fourth quarter on offense. So we got to have some sustained drives there to get in scoring position, and we're always behind. They either TFL or they got us behind. They seem to have a lot of third and longs in the fourth quarter there, so that we have to do a better job there for sure. But at the end of the game, I love the way our guys battled at the end, and what a nice play by T. Scott, to put us in position. And again, we were just too far back for we ended up throwing the Hail Mary at the end, and we had a chance there too. It's just about focus and concentration at the very end and making a really good play. But the guys are disappointed. You can certainly see the fight, and you can certainly see the guys are improving. We're improving as we go, and that was a good football team we played today. You know, there's like good pass rushers. They put some pressure on us. Obviously, an experienced quarterback, and my hat's off to Cleveland for the win. But again, we're disappointed in the loss.
Matt, on their final drive at 3rd and 15, and you guys ran a pressure. Can you walk through the thought process on that pressure and then what you saw?
Yeah. So the thought process there is it's 3rd and 15, and you're gonna make them throw it, and you're gonna tackle the catch, you know, and then they're gonna end up punting it, and they'll maybe get half the distance there, just to get the ball out of his hands fast. And he kind of retreated back a little bit, and I got to look at the pressure and see where it was, but he ended up retreating there and throwing it over top, and the tight end made a heck of a run and got it. So again, that was the whole thought process there.
Wind up with the nearest guy in coverage there being Justin Jones there. Is it just a
Yeah. So it's a sim pressure, right? You're simulating there, and he's the one guy dropping back. But typically that pressure is going to hit, and the ball is going to be out quicker than what it was. Like I said, he retreated back a little bit, and so that's what it was. That's what I saw on the field.
Now, what do you identify as the problems in blowing these late leads? This is the 3rd time, at least this season, unless I'm missing one, that you guys have had a significant lead in the 4th quarter and had this happen.
Yeah, I'll just go back to what I said. You know, it comes down to the fundamentals. When you watch the tape and look at it, it'll be that, and it'll be about playmaking. You know, we got to make the plays down the stretch, and that's what it's always going to be about. You know, we finished, last week, we had good fundamentals, and we finished down the stretch. We made sacks, we made interceptions. We drove the ball, had 4 minutes. We did a good job on all areas and finished the game out the right way. And the NFL is always going to be that. It's got to play to the last second. And again, like I said, I'm proud of our guys. At the last second, we had a chance to win it, and that's much improved. And we're going to cash in on those coming up.
On that subject, Darnell Mooney said in the locker room that he felt like in the 3rd quarter the offensive players were complacent. His word was comfortable, and he was thinking in his head, we cannot be too comfortable with this, especially given the other games that you guys have had that went this way. Did you detect any of that, and how is that possible when you guys have been through what you have this season?
Yeah, comfortable. I don't know how you're comfortable in the middle of a football game. First of all, you got to be
comfortable with the lead.
Oh, I got you. Yeah. So I would just say, again, can't speak for Mooney, but I would just say our guys were wired in. They were focused, and we were going for the win. And it's unfortunate we didn't get it.
Your offense today had 1 touchdown drive, and it was 1 yard. 2 games ago, you're in Minnesota. You have no touchdown drives. You kicked 4 field goals. What's missing from this offense when you play good defense?
Yeah, I mean, those defenses are good, and they apply a lot of pressure. This team was a team that applied pressure through their front 4. And they added on some pressure guys, certainly during the course of the game. We saw that. But again, it's about rising up to the challenge. It's about the whole football team rising up to the challenge. Sometimes, our defense is going to be playing a really good offense, and we're going to have to rise up, and do a good job there. And they're going to have to, maybe they're not playing such a good defense that day on offense, and we just got to, it's complementary football, right? So, a lot of, each side allocates their money a certain way, right? And that's where the talent is. So we got to make sure that each side of the ball plays complementary football.
The jet sweep on 3rd and 1, was that to combat not being able to get much going up through the middle?
Yeah. When you look at that play, you're going to see everybody gap covered in the inside. So we just got to do a good job capturing the edge on that one.
Touchdown, Matt. What was your vantage point on what happened there?
Yeah.
Throw kind of in between the triangle
Yep.
defenders there.
Yep. It was, we were playing a zone in that one, and to be honest with you, that play should have been picked. So we got to do a good job of breaking on that, okay, and visioning on that. The ball's in the air long enough, or at least deflect it. But we'll improve our technique and fundamentals on that one, and we'll get after it next time.
You said the day you took this job, you talked about being a defensive-minded coach, but now taking the head coach job, you'd be responsible for the offense. What influence did you have on the offensive game plan going into this and on the play calling today?
Yeah, I mean, obviously I'm not calling the game, but of course I have influence on the game plan, the setup of it, and I thought we did a decent job of handling those pressure players, on the edge, for the most part. I thought we had a good plan, a chip in, bringing the guys back to him, and he's a special player, and I thought we did a decent job of that. So just looking at it right now, I just think we need to run the ball to set ourselves up a little bit better in terms of the 3rd downs and manageables. That to me would be my reaction of that, what I saw out there today. And again, they did a good job. They loaded the box and did a good job of stopping the run.
Now, what would Cairo's range have had to be for you to be comfortable going for attempting a field goal at the end of the first half?
I'm not going to go over the exact yards, but we were quite a ways back. You know, there were significant yards that were there that we needed to gain to go for the kick there, and you know, the wind was significant that direction for sure.
You said on TV it was 8. Is that about right?
Yeah, it's probably close to that. Yeah.
Okay, and then at the end, was the wind any different? At the end
No, the wind settled down a little bit, but it wasn't enough. You know, I think it was up at 15 when we got the kickoff, and then it was down to 13 at the later part of the game.
What was your target on the final drive in terms of kicking?
What's that?
What was your target on the final drive?
Yeah, I'm not going to get into target lines. Yeah.
Immediately after the muff punt, Tyreek came up with a big interception
Yeah.
on the goal line. Your thoughts on that play and just the way he was able to get in position?
Yeah, it was good. It was really good play, you know, by him. You know, he's overlapping on the backside of that, and he did a really nice job. Just the vision, you know, and he's a playmaker, you know, and he's going to be a heck of a player for us. And because you know, he's tough, he's got ball skills, and he's big, you know. And so, you know, there's plays out there that he made that were just unbelievable plays today, and he's got, you know, other stuff to work on too. Thank you. All right.